1, 2, 3. Greetings and salutations.
The universe is just doomed.
Bartles or James? Dude, which one are you? I need a pen. Dude, sign my jacket, bro. You have no clue on how huge you are with the college circuit. We love your wine coolers. Maybe I can whittle wood with you sometime, cool buddy?
Hello.
Hi, welcome back.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, that's what we just did Thanksgiving, right? So everyone's still coming out of their food comas, enjoying their weekend, I hope. And if you're hiding from your family, here's the place to be.
Yeah. We got Liana here.
And she's Bartles or James, your choice.
Whichever you prefer.
She's big in the college circuit.
For 30th anniversary
I know, when
of
you said
son-in-law.
that. So basically what you're telling me is that, like, because this is what, 93? More than half of my life I have spent as a Pauly Shore stan.
Apparently.
Because you know.
Because Encino Man was what, 92? It was like a year before this, I feel like. Yeah. Which we've also done. If you guys can't get enough Pauly Shore content, go back and find Encino Man.
Sure we'll do another one. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see what else.
We'll see what else. But anyway, son-in-law, 1993. Pauly Shore was in this movie. He's Crawl.
And Carla Gugino.
Carla Gugino. Oh, what? Keep it down.
As Rebecca Warner.
Yes. Lane Smith as Walter Warner.
Cindy Pickett as Connie Warner.
Patrick Renna as Zach Warner.
Mason Adams as Walter Warner Sr.
Right. Oh, yeah.
That's the grandpa,
His
I
name,
guess.
because I spent the whole time calling him Pappy, and I did not, because I made a bunch of notes. I'm like, why is it not clear as to whose father this is? Because Crawl makes a bunch of jokes about them being inbred, and I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute.
They were both already Picketts.
Yes. Cindy Pickett.
I mean, not Picketts, Warners. Not Picketts.
They were cousins.
And now Cindy Pickett, is that Ferris Bueller's mom?
Yes.
And those Ferris Bueller parents are married
actually,
in real life.
Yes, and they were parents in a couple of things, and I can't remember the other things now, but they were also in a couple of movies. I think maybe 3. They played a married couple.
I was listening to, I think it was Conan O'Brien's podcast, and he said that he was introduced to somebody in a restaurant or whatever, and she's the daughter of that couple.
Oh, really?
Of Cindy Pickett and whatever the husband's name is.
I can't think of it.
And he was like, oh my God, she's the real Ferris Bueller.
Oh, shit. or Jeannie.
Right?
Or she's a bummer like Jeannie. What?
Yeah.
Lyman Ward
is the dad's
Lyman
name?
Ward?
Wow.
Okay. Okay. He looks like a Ward something, but not a Lyman Ward. And this, also, 1993 was a banner year for Patrick Renna because this was also the same year that Sandlot came out.
Oh, yeah. That's, if you guys don't know Patrick Renna, you know Sandlot. You know that face.
Yeah, the great Hambino.
Freckle boy.
Yeah, freckle boy with the chubby, squishy cheeks. Yes. And also, Mason Adams and Lane Smith both died 12 years after this movie came out.
Oh,
they died
really?
the same year, yeah.
Weird. Tiffany Amber Thiessen or Tiffany Thiessen?
Right, with an I.
Tracy.
Yes. And Dan Gauthier as Travis, who was almost Chad, but they changed it to Travis.
Either works.
Yeah, they were in some sort of Saved by the Bell Hawaiian special together.
Okay, yes, that's his
Is
face
it ringing
was
a bell?
familiar. Yes,
Yeah.
the Hawaiian special.
That
That
fucking
sounds right.
asshole.
Yeah. Dennis Berkeley as Theo.
Oh, Theo.
And the only other person I have is Adam Goldberg as the random Native American costume in the hallway. That was Adam
I
Goldberg
saw that
from
there was-
Dazed and Confused.
I saw that and I was like, Indian? What the fuck is that supposed
he was
to
in
mean?
brown face and a feather headdress.
See, and I was thinking of the different kind of Indian.
No, yeah.
I was thinking it was a Fisher Stevens situation.
Oh, yeah, no.
But no, it was not. It was not. Because that I didn't even fucking notice. I didn't even fucking notice.
And that's all I have
That's
for the cast.
That's all I have for the cast as well.
So we start out graduation
Crops.
day, 1993.
Farms. Yes, Becca is the valedictorian. She gives her
a
little speech about change is all around us and we are the future and blah, 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 blah.
And it's very much your standard 90s graduation.
Right. And are they like the only two girls in school? Yeah.
Her and Tracy are the only two girls in school. I didn't even notice.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't see what was going on. But like the graduating class is like, it seemed even still like a lot of kids for wherever the fuck in South Dakota.
Yeah, it was kind of a lot of kids.
I mean, it looks like a farming community.
So this was the year I started high school in 1993.
I was in middle school still. Yeah. I was the 6th grader.
I did not even pay attention to graduation until it was my turn to graduate.
I didn't go to any
team.
Oh yeah, no. Like none of this wasn't even on my fucking radar.
But yeah, hats in the air, pics under the tree.
Yep.
Have your boyfriend take the pictures.
Right. It's all different out there. Like,
oh yeah, she wants to go to college in California.
It's a long way to go. Boys are different out there. Like, and she's waiting for dad to fuck off so she can take her jammies off and sneak out her window
with Travis.
Yeah,
to go get groped in the hay.
To go dry hump out in the barn.
Like he has a car.
I know. Like what?
Go drive
is
somewhere.
Is it her barn? Is it his barn?
I assume they just went out to her barn because
right,
she's
and
later...
like his car is right fucking there. Yeah. Like everybody sees, right?
No, like her parents don't know.
Doo-doo in there.
Yeah,
I know. Like that's like you
crap.
get all hot for smelling like cow shit.
Yeah.
Because you know what's happening in there. They show you explicitly.
And the sounds of the animals in there just rooting around and shit. Just like making animal sounds.
Making animal sex.
Maybe
like,
that's what knows. Maybe that's what gets them hot.
Oh, is that what farm people do? Like I didn't grow up on a farm.
Let's go listen to the pigs fuck and get...
Let's go watch the monkeys make a money. The monkeys. They do not do it. They make love.
But she wants him to slow down. He goes to take the top off and she's like...
No. Over the shirt, over the panties.
Presumably been together like all through high school.
She says 5 years. 5 years or 4 years
Rebecca.
or something. I know.
You know what? Travis is an asshole, and I'm not going to give him any credit.
But there's only 2 girls in school.
If you waited 5 years to fuck this girl and she came home with crawl...
Well, I mean,
you would be mad.
All indications were that he was already fucking Tracy long before.
He was immediately fucking Tracy.
If not before she left.
Yeah.
Because he was out there sitting
but
next
the moment
to her.
she leaves.
Oh, yeah. It was on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because, he's like, well, you're going to be gone for 3 months. And what if everything changes? She's like, no, it's all going to be the same. It's totally fine.
Yeah, it's long distance.
It's like, I can wait because I'm banging Tracy. So.
Right. That's exactly what I fucking wrote. Like, he's totally going to be fine. He's going to be banging Tracy.
He immediately called Tracy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The day she left.
No, not called her. He went to her window.
Yeah.
Went to her window.
Yep. So they pack up this truck to drive her from South Dakota to California.
2 days?
2 or 3. I thought he said 3 days, but maybe it was 2. But days?
But 3 days even
and
sounds
you took
like
your 13-year-old or how old he is
on
too?
the other in a pickup truck? That's on the other side of the country.
And her room, this is where I have the note about this tower loft.
Oh my God, I want this fucking tower room. Like, why doesn't she sleep up there? That's not her room.
That's not her room?
No.
Oh, what the hell is that? That's just her.
That's just her like chill spot.
Oh, fuck yeah, I want a
I
tower
want it so
spot.
fucking bad. I would grow my hair long.
Right? Put it out.
I make Travis climb up like, ow, 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 ow.
Actually, stay down there.
Right? Yeah. Actually, just come around. I'll meet you in the barn. I'll meet you in the barn. Actually, this wasn't a good idea.
So yeah, they take everyone but Pop, and the only reason I can think of is at one point later they reference going to Disneyland. So I guess they took
they're not going to
Zach
take Pappy
because they're like,
well, if you're going to
well,
go,
all right, if we're
since
going to
be there,
California,
we're going to
let's
have
go
to see Disneyland.
But yeah, why do they drive? Get on a fucking plane or a train?
Well,
or
she
something.
flies home. I don't know why.
I know. I guess because she had so much luggage.
Maybe
she did have a bunch of shit.
Well, they'd all have to go. Like that's a lot of money to spend on plane tickets. Maybe. So they get to immediately hit California traffic. Which if you don't live in California, that was clearly LA traffic they were in. Yes,
that's how it is all the time.
And this pain in the ass kid with his seduce me please.
I'm sorry, they have their first daughter's a valedictorian, and then their son's walking around at like 13 years old in a seduce me please t-shirt and like being a little
where did he get
shithead.
Where did he get it?
That
at the general store?
And later when he says he has a subscription to Playboy, number one, who's paying for it? Number two, how are you making sure mom doesn't find that in the mailbox before you get to it? Or is mom just delivering it to your room?
He's a hacker. He's smart.
I guess.
He's smart.
I guess.
I say he's so smart. He's smart.
So she is, of course, so embarrassed by her family, which they're not.
They are making a fucking scene. They're making a fucking scene. All the way up to it's chaos.
They take her all the way to the chaotic dorms.
And Dad's like, well, where's the fucking key?
Oh yeah, her trunk key is missing. Zach didn't bring it.
Is going through the roommate's drawers.
Her panties.
Jesus. Come on.
Immediately going through her panties. Like,
come on.
Gross,
which of course she comes in as Becca's taking the bra.
So she's now holding her roommate's bra, who turns out to be a lesbian.
Oh God,
so
with her vested eyebrowed lesbian girlfriend as it's redundant.
Yes.
Her girlfriend. But you could tell because of her neck and the vest and the eyebrows.
That's how
you're like,
oh. In the 90s.
Okay, in the 90s.
Yes.
In the 90s.
So
and now, because the 90s are back. So 90s lesbians are back in fashion.
Yeah.
So Dad heads over to the resident advisor's room for a screwdriver.
Right, he's got to pop this trunk, and he finds...
Crawl drops down from the fucking ceiling.
Right, like fucking long duck dong.
Sexy girlfriend.
He was like, oh.
It's just Crawl.
Right.
In his gravity boots.
Yes, and Walter's like, what the fuck? He's like, I'm the resident advisor. He's like, oh, you got a daughter. Is she hot?
Yes.
Like, oh, I'll pop her trunk for you.
So Dad immediately runs back to her room like, I don't want you living here.
What the fuck? Like, I don't want to do any of this shit. Is this the
And that's when the roommate comes in with the girlfriend.
This is my girlfriend, whatever the fuck. And they're like, oh, that's nice. And then they're like, oh, I'll see you later.
Which, like, that's a choice your freshman year of college to make out in front of your new roommate's parents because you know it was a thing in 1993.
It's LA. Like, you came out there to make out with your fucking vested and eyebrowed girlfriend.
Yes.
In front of someone else's family.
Yes. And so everybody's stunned except for Zach, who's like, "Where's the camera? Where's the camera?"
Oh my God! Yeah, he's like, "Take a picture.
This is the best moment of my life.
This is amazing."
So family leaves, and now it's like business as usual.
And Zach is like, "Give your roommate a kiss for me."
Oh yeah,
in the shower.
In her face, she's like
what?
Stunned.
So yeah, Crawl's out there with the video camera. Talk about, I'm a carnivore and I smell fresh meat.
But he did bring a multi-tool to her room to open her trunk.
Came to pop the trunk, and he's like, what's your name? Is it Sally?
Jesse?
Raphael?
It's Rebecca.
Oh, like, where are you from?
South Dakota.
Oh,
fresh off the farm.
Inbred. She's like, I am not inbred.
Prime USDA choice teriyaki. Why teriyaki?
I don't know. Teriyaki.
Just so you can say that word.
I don't know.
Extra flavor.
Extra flavor. Little flamage.
He gets distracted by some other hottie and follows her with his camcorder
Charisma.
instead.
The quality of something.
He gives the same line
right,
that he gave to her.
It inspires leadership.
Yes, inspires leadership and something else, I feel like.
So Rebecca calls Travis.
Oh, yeah.
And you hear him say, damn it, Tracy, I said I'd be right there.
Well,
so that's how I know.
He doesn't say Tracy. He just says, I said I would be right there. And you infer.
Oh, I thought he said Tracy.
No. He might have before he answered the phone, but on the phone.
Before he answers the phone under his breath, he goes, damn it, Tracy, I said I'd be right there. And then he answers the phone.
Like I said, what? Or whatever. And is this the same night that she just got there? Yeah.
It seems like it.
Like to say, hey, I got there safe.
So
he's already out creeping. Everybody's humping around.
And she's already like, it's weird here.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Thanksgiving.
Right. It's like 3 months away. And, she's all freaked out. She wanted to do this.
This was her whole, she wanted change.
Was her
she wanted to get out of South Dakota.
Now she gets to LA. Like, that was a stretch, though.
And really, other than just kids being kids, I didn't see anything really insane happening. Just it was chaotic because it was a lot of teenagers.
It's freshmen.
And yeah, there was like a dude going down the hall in his
whatever, like
towel,
he was naked
or
something.
Towel.
Or whatever. I mean, whatever. These kids are what, 20? 19, 20 years old.
Well, starting college, 17, 18 up to.
Well, maybe. I was
Crawl's
17
like
when
20.
I graduated.
If
he's
been
like
there
25,
6 years,
26.
Yeah, he's at least 24.
How many naked people do you see in your 20s? Seriously.
Well, a lot.
Random.
So many. I've
people.
seen so many naked people. I've seen so many dicks.
Yeah.
And not like that. Just so many dicks.
I'm trying to think.
I've seen the bubble gum.
See, because when I was in college, I was hanging out with the lesbians.
Oh, so you didn't see as many dicks.
I didn't see so many dicks.
I was hanging
college.
out with a bunch of dicks.
Yeah, no.
Dicks everywhere. You were in the wrong
I was with the
area.
roommate and her girlfriend
Right.
hanging
right,
out.
right.
Code.
You were seeing something else entirely. Like
So
I
like
was
the
seeing
most
a
of the
bunch
dicks I've seen are just from men I've been with, not just from random
Oh no,
dicks.
the
Just being
majority
out.
of the dicks that I've seen were just people that had their dick out,
Yeah.
just being nude,
Just hanging out.
just hanging out for
Yeah,
like
I can't
absolutely
think
no
of-
reason.
I can't think of any time I
Completely
really saw. And in
platonic
Drumline,
nude fucking hanging out.
I used to change
I'm
with them.
allergic to my clothes at this moment.
right, my
I used to
pants are
change with the
chafing me.
Drumline boys, but we all wore boxers.
Oh yeah, no, not
So
then.
it wasn't like
Like in my 20s during
Yeah, no,
college
that-
years, if I had gone to college, instead I was just naked all the time with other
Yeah.
naked people. I don't know what it was.
That's
it was
funny.
just
That's-
for like
did
no
not happen
reason.
to me.
So
Did
much
not lead to
nudity.
sexual things. It was just
No.
nudity.
Let me
It
just
was
walk
just
down this
absolute
hallway
fucking
naked.
nudity.
yeah,
I
no,
guess it was like
don't
I looked
think that
better.
happened to me.
I looked better. It was just a bunch of dicks. I've seen so many dicks.
So
many dicks.
Say dicks like 15 more times, girl.
Dicks, 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 dicks.
Well, I didn't even know.
Yeah, right.
Why did I see that? It's fine. It's just a normal
Just
thing.
everywhere. It was a normal thing at parties. People just
Somebody
naked.
walked through naked.
at least once.
But-
At least once.
She doesn't get into any
No,
of that.
she's
She's
not.
just alone,
She's-
sitting under a tree studying, and that's the only glimpse of these 3 months that you get up until the
It's
first
from
month.
the-
From
it's-
then to Halloween, you just get the one shot of her under the tree studying
That's
alone,
true.
and then it's the Halloween party.
Well, then you notice that Crawl notices. That
yeah, you
she's,
see
like,
that he's right.
she's
Spotted
just
her
trying
alone.
to do her thing. She keeps to herself. She's not really integrated. She's not mingling. So now at this Halloween party,
At the
Crawl
frat house.
It's not a frat house. It's just the dorm.
Well, it had a Greek.
Did it?
Yeah. On the sign that said Halloween Bash, it had Greek letters on there too.
That
So I think
just
it was
at
the frat
dorm
party.
building because Crawl's apartment was in there.
It was probably hosted, like the frat probably
Oh,
paid for
maybe,
the
yeah.
alcohol. It was
Maybe,
probably like
maybe.
sponsored by that
Maybe.
frat.
Well, because that's how Steve Sanders got in trouble. is because
Right?
The alcohol and the underage kids came, like the
See?
junior high
See?
kids came.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be careful. You got to check IDs. So he's dressed as Carmen Miranda.
Yes. And fucking Brendan Fraser
Yes,
as
like being
Link.
all fucking adorable.
God, he is
With
so
that
cute.
hair, I love him in that
Yes.
hairpiece. He is
Yes.
so fucking adorable. He takes a frog.
Why
out
was
of
there a
Crawl's-
frog in Carmen Miranda's hat? It was all
Because there
fruit.
was fruit. Maybe
But
a
yeah,
frog
he had a
got in
frog
there
for
from
some reason.
biology lab or some shit. I don't know. But he takes it out. He lights it up.
He cooks
toasts
it up with this Zippo.
Yeah, and crunches it, crunch. And like Crawl seems
He
to
looks like, nah.
is
no,
Crawl and
just shakes
Stoney's
it off.
cousins? Is Crawl's and Stoney's brothers?
Or this is like when Stone. Well, except for
It's
if it wasn't
LA.
for that picture of him as a nerd, I would say this is Stoney after graduation. But
well, yeah, that's true.
Crawl
but he
shows
wouldn't
that
have been-
photo that
Yeah,
he
no,
wasn't
couldn't possibly
Stoney.
be. They were probably like related somehow because it's LA. If they were from Encino, like he could. It's
Encino.
LA, and he grew up in Vegas. Wasn't Stoney's mom
Is
kind
this
of
a parent
skeezer?
trap situation? Did they get separated at birth? Are
We
these
keep
twins?
bringing this shit up, don't we? We keep finding a way to shoehorn a fucking.
Parent trap into all kinds of things.
But this makes sense.
Because it's true.
Because it makes sense. Who would have thought
they
that-
would have been about the same age. So 92, and then they were
else did
seniors.
we do this
93, they're
shit
in
with?
college. Oh no, but he had been in college for years. So
Right,
he could be
so he
twins.
would have to be like an older
brother.
and like Stoney's mom was kind of like loose, right?
They never really said anything about Stoney,
Well,
except for
he
that
said if,
there
like,
wasn't
the-
dinner at home.
Well, because she was being a pit boss in fucking Las Vegas.
Right? Maybe that's what she was doing.
She'd have like a home in Encino, and like she goes out
At Caesar's Palace.
at Caesar. Yeah, he said he grew up at Caesar's Palace, though.
And what was the thing you said about Brendan Fraser that Pauly Shore didn't want to do this movie?
Yeah, it was something because he had done Encino Man. He had signed a contract, like that he had to do a so many picture deal or whatever. And like he wanted to do one called Totally London, where he was an au pair to a British duke in London.
Wow.
Obviously. Mm-hmm. And probably because he would have much rather have gone to London than South Dakota.
Which who knows if that's really where
But they
filmed
had
it,
to
but-
shelve it because they're like, no, you can't. You have to do fucking son-in-law. And I guess he really didn't want to do this movie.
But then you said something about because Brendan signed on to do this cameo, he was like, he felt better about it.
Well,
or
yeah,
something.
it was like,
he was
well,
all
he'll
right,
well, what if we get him to do like, because they had to do a tie-in because like, we own you and like whatever, because it was like Disney, because it was like a Disney Paramount or whatever, whatever the Disney Touchstone,
I think so.
Gabon,
Gabon,
Pipette.
So Rebecca is not participating in the party. She's trying to do her laundry and is all sad.
She's not even dressed up. Like everybody is dressed up and participating and having a good time.
And she comes back to her room all pissed. But
I get it because now there's a party happening in your room. And
but like there's a party happening in everybody's room.
And like at least her roommate is like, sorry, it just kind of like.
It just happened. She recognizes that like, oops, I guess I didn't mention to you people would be here.
But here, like,
but her little pony got broken by the big baby.
Is sat on her little pony thing that Pappy made her,
and now she's gonna cry and go call.
And he apologizes. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, like as much as a 21-year-old.
Yeah, he looked like he felt bad. He didn't do it like maliciously. He was like,
shit. She's
I
like
sat on this thing and it fell.
Dude, like, man, that was a bum move.
Right? She just bummed out a bunch of people's Halloween.
Right? Like, she ruined the fucking party.
So she goes Becca to call home and Crawl's like, wait, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm going home. And he's like, hangs the phone up like, nah, hang on.
Like, just listen to what I have to say. Give me 5 minutes. And if you don't like it, you can make your phone call. So he takes her back to his room.
Yeah, which is full of people.
Kicks everybody out, like, party's over. And he's like, I'm saving you from making a major mistake.
He takes his wallet out of his bra.
And he shows her the picture of him dressed as Patrick Dempsey from Camp
Yes, he does look like Patrick Dempsey. He totally, that same hair, glasses.
It looks like it's a headshot from like his early days.
And so he tells her this story about how he was a big old nerd in high school, but when he got to college... This is college, man.
Right. Like, you could do whatever you want. You could, like, you're not even here yet.
He's been there 6 years. He's majored in almost everything. Right. And so, yeah, he tells her, like, you haven't even been here. Like, you're mentally still somewhere else.
You came here wanting to try something new, and you haven't even left campus.
Busted.
You got to mingle with the people.
What do you got to lose?
So now we got the fucking spin doctors because it's always the fucking spin
I did not even notice it was the spin doctors. I block it out. Maybe I have the spin doctors deafness.
Oh, bless you. Can I have some?
I'll try to move it on to you. I'll try to rub some off on you.
So Give it to me. Give it to me.
He takes her to what? Is this Rodeo? Melrose?
I don't know what
Where
it is.
are they at?
They go to Venice.
They go to
later,
Venice.
So I feel like it's in
Melrose,
that, like,
maybe.
They go to like little head shops and little vintage shops and whatever.
Weaselware. And so like he's not the weasel in this, but he uses weasel a few times.
Right. Like he doesn't. I think he does the thing, that noise that I can't make that you're gonna make that I'm gonna take you out.
I can't do it because you made me laugh immediately. She took her headphones off immediately.
Like, she's gonna do it, and I know I don't like it. So she goes out and she's like, oh, okay. So she gets her new weasel wear. And then she sees a gal walk by and she's like, I want her hair.
So she goes and gets her hair chopped off in some strawberry blonde.
Right. She gets the haircut. She gets the rollerblades. They're hanging in Venice. And now she wants a tattoo.
And Crawl's like, hey, now.
I mean, like, it's permanent.
Are you sure?
Flea is very intense.
Flea, the tattoo artist, yes, is very intense.
And like,
but I love this. Does
moves.
It hurt? And he's all, it was better than a kick in the face with a golf shoe.
And like, she had this tattoo already. So they wrote it into the thing. And like, she's like, I want something feminine. He's like standing right next to you.
Referring
he's like,
to
you
Crawl.
See that? You see that? The ink soaks into their brain and he's fried.
And Flea's kind of like, you got a point.
Right. He's like, you pick it, stick it.
So she gets a butterfly on her ankle, which we see while she's on the beach with Crawl.
Like, oh, what's your family like?
So this is where she finds out about his situation.
Right. Like, Sadie's a pit boss. She's on her 4th marriage. Frank sells plastic medical supplies. Like, you might see some of his work wash up right here on the beach.
And they're just having a cute little friendship.
They're dick pigging.
They're watching dudes and ladies on the beach together with the binoculars.
Cut.
That was the Frenchest of cuts.
And that was an oily bohunk.
Yes, that was an oily bohunk. Because that dude, wow.
With the mullet and the tits and the
He was like saxophone guy from Lost Boys, but like times 5.
Yes.
That's
he
what he
was
looked like.
Oh God, never mind. I don't even know. He needed the wraparound shades. Did he even have those?
He was wearing sunglasses, but I don't think it was a wraparound. I feel like it was just regular,
That's
like
a
those
shame.
90s glasses.
He had like short pants on.
I'm not positive.
Are you sure about that? I don't know. I'm not. He might have. Up here he did. You know what? Let's just say it. Let's just say it. Let's just say it.
So then he takes her to like a bar where they're doing mud wrestling.
Yes. And we have more mud wrestling. We had mud wrestling last week with Pee Wee. Or no, 2 weeks ago with Pee Wee. There was mud wrestling. Vance taught the kids to mud wrestle.
Yes, that's right.
And now we have mud wrestling again. Okay, so we skipped a week. Now we have mud wrestling again because we cannot wait. And she gets Crawl.
Right, so she goes in
the ring
and pays for him to get called into the pit when he's stoked because all these ladies have been like super hot.
Right, but his opponent is Thumper. She's a ton of fun.
The Brawling Bunny.
Yes.
And she fucking picks him up and helicopters his ass.
Right.
And he doesn't even notice at first. And when he sees her, he's like, terrified. And Rebecca is so into it.
Right.
She's like,
she's hollering for Thumper. They have a good time.
So then it's back at the dorm. And like, did you notice she has Crawl's freshman year photo up on her cabinet?
Next to her before shot.
Okay.
It's like they're both of their before shots up there.
And it's now Thanksgiving time.
She's packing to go home for Thanksgiving break. Travis calls. He can't wait to see her. He's got something to talk about with her. Mm-hmm. But you got to wait until you come back. Like, fuck, dude.
But here comes Crawl. Steven Tyler PJs.
Steven Tyler PJs.
He's got his leopard print PJs and a pilgrim hat on.
She's distracted. She's distracted. He's got a little tail.
Did he have a tail?
Yes, it had a little tail. It had little. It was like a mascot costume. And and like a pilgrim hat, because who knows where the fuck he got that?
Who knows?
But yeah, she's all distracted. He's like, "I love you," and she's like, "Oh,
yeah, me too. Yeah,
bye." So she finds Crawl, and he's not going home. He's not going to Vegas.
Plans fell through.
Right.
So he's got his frozen turkey dinner.
What's that?
Quickly.
Oh, Liana has a fun fact.
Uh-oh.
I do have a fun fact. When he sings "What Do You Do with a Hungry Man," Pappy was the original.
Yes,
Pappy was the original.
Yes.
When he sings the "What Do You Do with a Hungry Man" theme song, Pappy Mason
sang
Adams
that song originally.
Yeah. So when he's gonna he's gonna stay there on campus and eat a hungry man,
which he doesn't seem sad about.
No, he's
maybe
whatever.
he's hiding it, but he's not being he's not
home
really
a sad
no,
sack.
I'm good.
Yeah, like I'm fine, like it's cool, like it fell through, it's cool.
And she's like, no,
you're
coming home with me.
Yeah, you can't be alone on Thanksgiving. You come home with me.
And thank God they get on a plane this time.
Seriously.
And before we find out what happens when they get home,
once they land, it's a whole different game.
We're going to take a quick break.
Let's do it.
We'll be right back.
What's up, Doomers?
We have another rad deal and a new buddy to tell you about.
Sounds cool, you say. What is it?
It's Lunch Meat VHS. They offer tape head apparel and accessories. Totally awesome limited edition VHS releases.
Some of them for the very first time.
And so much more that will remind you to
rewind or die. Be sure to check out Lunch Meat Magazine, which features reviews and articles on all things VHS.
Fast forward to lunchmeatvhs.com and rewind your mind.
And don't forget to use promo code DOOMGeneration for 10% off. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
And we're back.
We are back, and the plane has landed in South Dakota.
Yeah, they're out there. Zach, hold up the sign, and the sign says, "Go home, Rebecca."
He's cute. But yes, the whole fam has gathered. Travis is there. Mm-hmm. Everybody's there, and they're like, "Is that her?"
She gets off the plane in this sheer top with purple bra showing through, sounding exactly like Crawl.
Right.
She's it.
Yeah, buddies. Yeah. And then she calls Connie and Walter
by their first names.
And like, hold up.
And this was a deliberate choice. Like, of all the, like, you didn't have to dress like you used to dress, but to show up in the sheer shirt with the bra top.
She has her like safety friend.
Yeah,
with her,
so
and she knows
like
her
California Becca.
Like, she has her little buffer friend. She knows her parents aren't psychos. They're not going to scream at her, even though they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, Zach notices her tattoo.
Yes. And she told her parents a friend was coming, but they assumed it was a girl. So when Crawl gets off the plane.
He's off the plane. Like, he?
And he's camcorder in hand. Warner's, the family I never had.
Right. And they're like, what the fuck is this shit?
Pinching Zach's cheeks.
Yes, she told me you had squishy cheeks.
Flattering mom.
Right, she didn't tell me you had a younger sister.
Reminds Dad that they've met before.
Oh, right, as soon as you left, I popped your daughter's trunk.
His face, like...
Oh, shit.
So they make him ride in the back of the pickup, but he loves
there's like,
it.
No, whatever it's like, Green Acres is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me.
I watched this shit out of Green Acres when I was a kid. Yes.
Zsa.
It was like that, Beverly Hillbillies. Yes. What was it that all came on together?
The Andy Griffith Show, the Addams Family,
all that
the
shit.
Munsters, all of that shit.
All that shit. I watched that shit. Mm-hmm. So they get back to the house, Middle America.
Surfing the...
Or was it ripping the field?
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, I just never been here before.
And Dad calls him Crotch.
Right. Crotch Crawl.
Tells him he's going to be sleeping in Zach's room.
He's being a lot. He's chasing the chickens. He goes out. He almost goes out to the bullpen.
Are they extra crispy or original recipe?
And they're like, oh my God. And then they get to the porch where Pappy is. Like, oh my God. Bartles or James?
Which one are you?
Oh
my God, sign my jacket. We love your wine coolers at college.
Bartles and James.
We looked it up.
James. We looked it up. We're like, he has to be a Bartles, right? Like, he looks like definitely the Bartles guy because he looks like a Bartles. No,
he looks like
James, and it was super disappointing. Mm-hmm. Y'all remember Bartles and James? If you don't
talk to me.
Don't talk to me.
So then Crawl does apologize to the parents for being weird. It's like, I've never been in a place so pure. Sorry, I was I'm
like freaking out. Sorry, and I'm doing this whole thing.
And Mom's like, make yourself at home. And he's like, where's the kitchen?
Yes, so he goes to
munch on some grindage, buddy.
Yes.
And at first they thought he just made a lettuce sandwich.
Right.
Because when he comes back with them sandwiches.
He made like a Scooby-Doo sandwich.
Yeah, first it was like Scooby-Doo.
Right,
because
it was two. Because he made one for Zach.
But he put so much lettuce in them.
I know. That was a lot of gran.
Yeah.
They probably grow them real big like peewees. So
yeah, they got all the big veggies there.
It's farm living's the place to be.
And he takes it to Zach's room to be nice and's like trying to give him a sandwich and check out his computer.
He's
and
like,
Zach's no.
There's only one rule. Don't touch anything.
So Carl takes his sandwich back. He's like, you ever meet the Tooth Fairy?
Right. He's like, well, I wouldn't go to sleep if
tonight.
I were you.
Mom! Screaming.
Mom! He's like, oh, come on. I'm fucking Becca's friend.
I'm fine. It's fine. So back in the barn, Rebecca's putting the cow away.
Well, yeah, because Travis
wants
is
to
like,
talk.
I want to talk, and he steps in the cow shit.
Yes.
Becca puts the cow away, and he's like, what the fuck? Who's this guy?
And she's like, he's just a neighbor and a friend. Don't worry.
Right. He was going to be alone on Thanksgiving and, whatever.
And he starts to try to propose. He gets down on one knee, and
with
she almost passes out.
Yes. With the cow shit on his shoe. Like, right now, she just landed. Travis.
15 minutes.
This is abusive behavior.
He's like, look, if you don't marry me quick, I'm going to get Tracy pregnant. So this needs to happen now.
Probably. And then he tells her, don't worry about your hair. It'll grow back, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, fuck you. Her hair looks fabulous.
I know. It was a wig. Shh, it's a wig.
She could pull off either.
I know.
In House of Usher, she did. There was one of the characters
she had
was a
all
blonde.
manner of hair.
The one with the skelly
Carla
face.
Gugino. That was so good.
It was a good
If
show.
you haven't seen it, I know this is a modern thing that we don't necessarily talk about.
But we actually both watched something new. And we both liked House of Usher on Netflix.
It was good.
So check it out.
It was good. You should check it out. I enjoyed it.
So she's like, oh, I'm just exhausted from all the excitement and the trip.
Right.
And he's like, go take a nap. And we'll see you at the country club later.
They're going to take her. Like, she's going to have to go and do all of this shit, like, later on. She just got there. Mm-hmm. Like, give her a day.
Yeah.
Jet lag.
She's only home for like a week. It's a lot to do.
Jet lag.
So back in Zach's room, he's having some trouble with his computer.
Oh, right. And he's like, can I show you something. Crawl's like,
I can help you. I know a shortcut.
He's like, I got to touch your stuff. I got to touch your computer. And he was like, oh, you're just an old hacker like me, just disguised as an idiot.
And he's like, yeah, I grew up at Caesar's Palace. I had no friends, so I got into computers.
Solo mission, bruh.
And
he does something with his PRAM.
Rebecca comes in and she wants Zach to leave, but he's like, it's my room.
This is my room. I'll tell Dad you got a tattoo.
I'll tell Mom where all your Playboys are.
I'm a subscriber. Like, don't hold out on me, buddy.
Oh, I'm a subscriber. Don't worry.
Right.
So Rebecca is panicking that Travis is going to ask her to marry him, that she's too young.
Right. Like, I don't want to. He's like, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. She's like, well, it's not that easy. It's not that simple.
We've been together a long time. I don't want to hurt him.
Right. And I think this is where she says like 5 years or some shit like that. Like, we've been together.
Maybe. I didn't catch that.
I don't know. I feel like I wrote it down. Now I don't see it nowhere. So maybe it's not where she said that.
And he gives her some good advice. The longer you wait, the more painful it'll be. It's just, get it
right
done.
Like, you just it's not that simple, but you got to do what you got to do. So now Crawl wants to shop. He's like,
he's feeling out of place.
Right. You got to hook me up with the
rustic wear. So they go for he took her to the LA shopping montage. Now she takes him to the South Dakota
general store.
Yeah.
The Western wear store. And like, he's in there. He has a bunch of stuff.
Well, first he sees those people out front, inbreeders.
Yeah. Inbreeders. So yeah, he goes in there. She runs into Tracy,
who barely recognized her.
Right. She's like, oh, I thought you were going to like New York.
Oh, I got to save some money first.
Right.
I got to finish banging your boyfriend first.
Right. First, he's going to get me pregnant. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
So Crawl comes out and chaps the cheek chillers. You likes?
And
hates.
We get weasel nalgas as he turns around and goes back in the dressing room.
What you're going to get is like, he's got a solid lower half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the calves. He's got the thighs. He's got the cheekage.
I didn't have a problem with the booty.
No, he's a buff bro. Buff.
So that night at the country club, the Warners are all sat together at their table, and Crawl comes in the most ridiculous combination of city and country
overalls cut off.
Daisy Duke overalls.
With the belt, with the cut off cowboy boot,
like ankle booties with the purple scrunchy sock,
with a scrunchy sock that he comes in second position. He comes in at first position.
Yes.
And then like he's got the hat with the jacket that he was wearing, and he was like, "Ooh!"
Everyone in the country club is
Walter calls him crotch.
Crap. This time it's crap.
No, I think this is crotch, and later on it's crap because he calls him because he called him crotch. Crotch twatch.
Vincent Twatch. That's how it's in French.
Crotch twatch. Twice he calls him crotch. Once he calls him crap.
So yeah, what kind of name is that anyway?
It was a nickname.
They gave it to me in my freshman year.
Because that's how I always got home. Buddy.
And Zach can't wait to grow up and get a tattoo like Rebecca.
A tattoo?
And then, no time for that because ding, 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 ding. Travis is up there.
Again, like this motherfucker.
Gonna propose in front of the whole town.
Everybody. Like, dude, okay. So here's the thing about a proposal. You already have to be sure
that
the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Like, do whatever you got to do. But you need to have a conversation ahead of time.
Yeah.
That this is a welcome question.
Yes, exactly.
Because if not, you're going to be embarrassed. Or someone's going to be trapped because they will not embarrass you in front of fucking everybody. So anyway, getting back to this.
She kicks Crawl under the table like, do something.
Right.
And he's like, oh, you're too late.
Right.
I already proposed.
I proposed to her a week ago and she said yes.
And don't worry, she never cheated on you, dude.
Right.
As he's walking out.
Here's your little ringy dingy.
So Crawl tells Mom and Dad, hey, you need to start thinking about a bachelor party. And Rebecca follows Travis out to apologize, tells him there wasn't time to tell you the truth.
Right. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, whatever. And it's like, I don't know.
Crawl comes out and Travis punches him square in the nose.
Right. Why'd you do that?
And they go back to her house in the pickup truck. And
yes, like they're arguing in the back seat, and he's like, well, what do you want to do? Tell him the truth. She's like, no, it's gonna make that worse.
And she's all mad that he did that, but he's like, you kicked me and said do something.
And I just said the first thing that came to mind. Like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. Because he's there under false pretenses. We'll come to find out. Spoiler alert.
So she's like, he says, you want to stay engaged, please? And he's like, can I get some tongue? And she
Right, like,
slaps him in his broken nose.
They both cry in the back of the truck.
So they get home and the parents go in the pantry for a conversation.
Right.
Which, don't you have a bedroom? Why'd you go in the pantry?
Maybe it's more soundproof. Like Dad wants to ground her.
And did you notice everything in that pantry was in a brown or red package?
Oh, that's weird.
It was so weird. There were no other colors in that pantry besides brown and red.
I mean, it goes with the pantry, I guess.
So yeah, Dad wants to ground her, and Mom's like, if we forbid it, she's gonna run off. We'll never see her again.
Right.
Dad's like, you distract him. I'll hit him in the head with a shovel.
Right. And then like outside, Theo and Carl, like Theo's like, fuck you. Pappy will not whittle wood with him.
No.
And like Becca and Mom, like she's like, are you pregnant? She's
like, what is going on?
What is going on? Like, what is this Connie business? And Dad wants to know. He goes out there to ask Carl, like, how are you going to support my daughter?
Oh, I'm going to stay in school a couple more years, do some European studies.
Yeah, sure. Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
He's like, well, I'm a farmer. I run this farm. He's like, well, I'll do that.
Yeah, I'm part of the family now.
Right, sure. Like, I could do the 9 to 5. And he's like,
oh, the 9 to 5.
9 to 5. All right.
You hear that, Theo? I think we got ourselves a farmer.
Right. It'll be a pleasure.
I'm going to show him the ropes.
Yep. And like 5 a.m.
Woo! 5 a.m. Rise and shine, right? Valentine.
Yes. He's like, ah!
And first thing to this big steaming pile of hay and shit,
manure.
And shoves him face first into it.
His mouth was open and
in
everything.
The doo-doos.
In the doo-doo. All up in the doo-doo. It got in his mouth.
And then plunges that pitchfork like 3 inches from his head.
Yes.
I mean, like, I
Theo's
guess.
aggressive.
Oh, but Theo's farm people.
That's true. But I mean, so's the dad, and he's not that aggressive.
Well, yeah, but like, I wonder if Theo like grew up his whole life.
Yeah, he thought he was gonna like. I think he probably thought he was gonna take over the farm.
Well, no, I don't think he really did, because if he did, he would have been sweet on Rebecca.
Maybe, but if he's known her since she was little,
but he was friends with Travis, though.
They were friendly, but only to get rid of Crawl. So I don't know. Well, but then again, he would have known Travis for the last 5 years.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Coming around since like middle school.
Yeah. So like he's,
I don't know. And I don't know how much older he's supposed to be. I'm assuming Theo's like 35, like, 40 or something.
30. He's 26.
He's 23. Let's be real.
Yes, he probably. Farm life is hard. Farm life is hard.
And so yeah, he has him slop the pigs, fill the grain up this big old hill. Lets the pig out on him to knock him over.
Don't stand over here because they'll trample you.
How you like farming, city boy?
City boy. Yeah, he goes out there to like get on the tractor, which I don't know why they would have let him do that, but he takes out the fence. He goes to milk the cow. He gets peed on.
Little milk it.
Yeah.
Check it.
Oops,
and the cow pisses all over his head.
Right. And then Connie's out there with that
ringing the lunch triangle.
Right? Like literal.
Yeah.
It's 1993. You still ring the lunch triangle? I guess.
Can you name a better way?
Right?
Can you name a better way?
It's time for lunch.
I mean, they heard that shit. Everybody came in for lunch. So Crawl is like, it's hard, but like, I just need to find my groove.
Mm-hmm. He comes in all stinking and filthy for lunch.
Right. They're like, oh, you stink.
Yeah. And he calls himself a farmer. Dad's like, don't be calling yourself a farmer. And
don't be doing that shit.
Mom and Rebecca tell Dad to leave him alone.
Right.
And Zach's standing up for Rebecca and Crawl, surprisingly,
right.
because
like,
now he's down with it.
Yeah, he's cool.
And now everyone's arguing, and Crawl's like, shush.
Right. Like, everything was cool. Like, Rebecca told me what a cool family she had, and like, she has a cool family.
The Waltons, yeah.
Right. And like, apparently everyone's pissed that I'm here. So is this where he does that shit?
And then and so Becca goes like, after him like, I'm going to, and she's like, Mom's like, no
one's going anywhere.
In.
Like, we want you to stay.
And then he calls him crotch again.
Right, yeah, and it's like, come on, it's Crawl. And and he's like, no one's going anywhere, and like he's like, okay, well, I got work to do.
So he grabs 2 loose chicken legs, which at least they were out on the table and not straight out of the fridge.
Well, they probably went into the fridge later.
Yeah, because it made sense for him to have.
There was no extra chicken legs. Theo ate all that shit.
That's why he had to get him to go. And Zach
he's like, I cannot feed you, Theo.
Zach offers to help, so he gives him a chicken drumstick, and they go out to milk the cow.
Right. So that's what he shows him. He's like, it's not like a real cone.
Right?
He's like, be careful of that one
right first time.
Yeah, careful of that one. So now he is all into it or whatever. And he was like, old Mick Walter had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm, he had a kid with squishy, puffy cheeks.
So he learns to milk the cow. He fixes the fence he broke. He straps on his rollerblades and does the grain from
it's
down.
It's a farming montage.
From up to down.
He's getting his groove. He's like finding all of the shit. And he finds this big ass piece of machinery.
Mischief.
Oh, mischief. And like he finds a John Denver tape in there. And how did he not know this was turned on? I feel like it would be like,
right? Like you would feel it moving even though it had a sheet over it still.
Yeah, like you would feel like that shit turn on. I feel
he doesn't notice he's in motion till the sheet rips off.
Yeah. So he takes off.
He plows the cornfields.
Right. And like Walter sees it like that is a $250,000 piece of machinery.
Right.
Like you need to fix this shit. And he's like, yeah, thank God I'm a country boy.
And he's chasing Theo. Watch out, I'm going to plow ya.
Yeah. And he manages to write crawl
in cursive
in the cornfield. Well, you'd have to
corn.
write it in cursive. What's he going to do? Lift it?
Right.
Fucking move it over?
Extra though that was actually driving the combine?
No.
100-pound farm guy.
Oh,
was it
really?
A big
Keep his head down and be
like he tries to keep the hat
That's
down.
funny. I did not notice.
Apparently, the driver did not look at all like Pauly Shore.
No.
But he doesn't break the machine. He parks it safely.
Everything's cool.
Tells Theo first gear's a little bit tricky.
Yeah, because that's what Theo told him about the fucking tractor. So now Crawl creeps up on Connie in a towel.
It's Rebecca,
right. And he's like, oh, shit, you're giving me a semi.
I don't want to be rude or anything, but you're giving me a semi.
Come on. So he's like, he gives her like a makeover. He's like, well, you could, do something with this shit. He's like, give me 5 minutes.
You're like a ripe peach on a windowsill.
Yeah.
You're nasty, girlfriend.
He's like, ow. Where I come from, nugs stay active till they're senile. Girlfriend. Yes. Nasty. And she's like, nasty. Right? Fuck you.
And that night, Dad's calling for everyone to come down, and he tells Becca he's real proud of her.
Right. And Connie's like, well, give us...
Yeah,
like,
we'll be right behind you.
We'll come up in the truck. Like, you guys go ahead and go. I'm changing.
So they get to the square dance.
Right. Get down, turn around, go to town, boogie, scoot, boogie.
And Mama shows up in her halter top and skirt, and Daddy is stunned.
Fuchsia boy.
What did you do?
Yeah. Oh, no, I like it. I like it. I do.
Well, he didn't know until men started immediately coming up to ask her to
get
dance.
The hell
He's like,
out of here. Fuck you.
And Becca tells her she's a hottie.
Right. She's looking most fresh. And Travis offers to throw Crawl a bachelor party.
Right. So, he comes up and he thinks he's going to punch him, but he offers to throw him a bachelor party.
He's like,
Becca's
that's
like,
cool.
That's really cool of you.
I can't believe they thought
that was for real. Like, come on, you dated her for 5 years, you've been broken up for 1 day, and you think he's going to legitimately throw your new boyfriend a bachelor party?
Y'all dumb.
And that you would encourage it knowing it's a fake engagement. You're going to make people spend money?
Yeah. What the fuck, Becca?
That's pretty fucking rude.
That's low.
And there was no talk of a bachelorette party.
No, there really wasn't. Well, who's going to fucking come? Tracy, is she going to strip at hers too?
And Mom.
Aww.
That's it. Tracy and your mom are the only girls in town.
And the old ladies from Pee-wee, Big Top Pee-wee. Because that's this town.
And so Travis and Tracy are clearly together, but he's trying to hide it. He asks her for a favor.
Right.
Which you don't know what it is.
Nope. You don't know what it is yet. It's a secret.
And Crawl clocks he sees him talking, and you can sort of see he gets that there's maybe something going on there. So Theo approaches Travis about, you're friendly with old City now.
They're all plotting and a scheming and a scheming and a plotting and a plotting and a scheming.
And when the MC goes for some punch, Crawl takes his chance.
Oh, man, he takes over calling the square dance like, grab a nug whose cones are busty, wheeze her gig and make her crusty. That's fucking gross. So gross.
Dude, and don't use roughness.
Grab a dude and don't use roughness. Buff the wood. I don't know. Buff the wood. Buff the wood. Buff the wood. The guy tries to get him off.
Gals a finger licking. Come on now and do the funky chicken. And the MC tries to stop him, but he's like, the audience
was
likes
like, no,
it.
man, everybody's into this shit. And like, he's like crawled.
Crowd surfs, yeah.
He was like, yeah, man, feel the breeze and let it fly.
And the MC tries it and he just smacks to the floor.
Oh,
but he's fine. He's
yeah,
fine.
no, it's cool. Yeah.
That hip, it's fine.
Yeah.
Right. So later on that night, after everybody has a really good time,
they come back to the house.
And Walter has no time for Pappy because he's got to blow Connie's back out.
Hell yeah.
Put them
I need
twin
a rain
beds
check.
tonight.
Like, can you believe they really had twin beds in 1993?
They had the Lucy Rickies.
You have an adult child. Everybody knows you fuck.
Yeah.
They did it at least
or
twice.
that you at least fucked twice. So who are you kidding?
Who are you kidding? Well, I don't know. You know what? There are some times where I kind of wish we slept separately because this motherfucker snores.
But they're in the same room.
Well,
so what difference would it make if you were 3 feet away in a twin bed? You need your own room.
I need the Helena Bonham Carter and the Tim Burton shit where we have different houses. We need to have that kind of munties.
Yeah, because
we'll have
being
great
3 feet away is not going to work.
And the testicle palace that lives next door.
But before that even happens, Crawl goes to talk to Pappy, and he wants to bond. He's like, "Can I please whittle wood with you?" And he's
all
like,
right,
"Fuck."
Fine. He gets that
huge log.
And
now I am really surprised that never was a callback. I thought for sure he would have made something. There has to be a cut scene where he made something like amazing out of that.
Oh, that would have been
but
so
like
good.
Dumb and amazing,
right? But like so cool,
right?
Yeah, that would have been good.
Because what was the point of having him actually get to whittle?
Saving Pappy's life, so that's how they had him win him over.
But to hand him that log and then never make another reference.
I guess
to
just
him
because that was funny enough.
I guess. So in the morning, the cock crows, and Becca tells her mom, "Sounds like you and Walter were getting busy."
Gross.
I know you heard it, but shut up. Don't bring it up.
Yeah, like even her mom is like, ew.
Don't talk to your mother this way.
Seriously, come on now.
She's like all proud of him.
Yeah.
And Crawl grabs her booty, like, thanks for leaving me with a semi last night. From doing what? You guys weren't doing anything together.
I know.
She was square dancing with her family while you were on stage. Like, what?
And also, like, Travis, Tracy, and Theo all plotting together. It's all teen names. Am I in on this?
Maybe. Are you?
Am I in on this?
So Dad and Pappy are going to go fishing.
Yes, they have a fishing trip planned.
And Crawl wants to go.
Can I go?
And they don't want to let him go, but Mom's like, come on.
She's like, come on. Like, you know what? Just take him, whatever. And it's a lovely day down at the pond, at the lake, or the thing, or whatever the fuck that is.
And he ends up throwing his whole rod in the lake trying to fish.
Walter's trying to explain to him, like, you got to do the thing, but like your rod's upside down, blah, and like, throw it over. And he throws the whole fucking thing in. And Pappy's over there complaining about like how
arguing
he
about
his
technique
kids
and
and like all this shit. And then like Pappy storms off, and then like Walter's talking about like, you need to give me some space. So Crawl talks about how like kind of how you and Zach are like, you know, whatever.
You talk about the way he plays with his stupid computer games
They're
all
not
day, but it's not stupid to him.
Yeah, like maybe he just needs a little space. Like maybe he feels the same way you do, only in a different way.
And then suddenly Pappy's clutching his chest. And they run to him, and Crawl's about to do CPR, and Pappy's like, ah!
Right, well, because like Walter goes out to get his pills.
Right, his nitro or whatever.
Pills. Jesus Christ, they like spit all over. That's a good thing. I'm the only person that uses this. I just blah, 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 his pills. So yeah, he's got a touch of the angina. He's got a pain in his angina.
Seeing Crawl coming for him jump starts his heart.
Right, jump start.
He tried to kiss me.
Right. He's like, if it came down to him kissing me or dying, I'd rather die. As he like sits up and calmly takes his pill.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's fine. He's just being dramatic.
So they get back to the house, and Becca and Mom can tell something's wrong with Pappy.
Right, but they're like, no. It's cool. It's fine. And Crawl's like, we need to talk.
Right.
He's like, I like your family
a lot.
I cannot lie.
And she's like, it's just 2 more days.
Your dad took me fishing.
You tell him or I tell him.
Right. And she's like, okay, I will tell them.
So crawls out at the cow pen looking sad when Theo approaches.
Right. And he's like, hey, City.
You ever pick out your own turkey for Thanksgiving?
And here comes the Thanksgiving part, which I feel we've been very light on so far. But yeah, he goes in, he takes
Hatchet
him
in
to
hand.
the turkey pen. Like, yeah, go in there, get him.
Chop his head off.
Yeah.
And he gets attacked by the turkey. Theo told me to do it.
Oh my God, it's an ugly devil bird.
The weasel yell.
Yeah.
And the turkey like drops dead.
I know.
Of fright. So they take it in and make him clean it. But the first feather he pulls out, what? That turkey won't
Turkey's
dead.
not dead. It's a miracle.
And it's all over the damn house.
But Travis is out there honking, so he's got to go. Bye.
Right, he's waiting. Yeah, time for a bachelor party.
Right, so they go out drinking. Theo roofies him.
He Bill Cosby's this motherfucker.
No.
He did.
No. Is he going to put his foot in his mouth?
Cosby'd him. Sure did.
Somebody woke up with their foot in his mouth.
Really?
Yeah,
I
I
did
read
not
that.
hear that part.
Something, yeah. Ugh.
So he goes up to sing
Ooh,
karaoke.
Carla Gugino, Gerald's Game, You're Made of Moonlight, My Foot's in Your Mouth, Bill Cosby.
Find a connection.
It's a circle of bullshit.
And so he does a little song about life on the farm.
Right.
And Tracy unplugs the sound like, you ready for some real entertainment? You want to see me dance in my bikini top?
Is she the only skeezer in town?
Apparently.
Is she the only skeezer in town? Because all he wants to do is do a little karaoke. Thank God I'm a country boy.
And they drug her too.
I know. She also.
So she wasn't in on that part of the plot.
Nope,
like you
'cause he
couldn't have just
passes
asked
out.
her, will you pretend to sleep with him?
Before he sees Titty One.
Right.
He passes out and she's like, well, I was just getting started. They're like, here, have this drink. And then I presume she passes out soon after.
Clearly. And they just they lifted Theo, put this dead
And,
weight in the car.
Also, I gotta know, small town, South Dakota, how many bars are there and how many people know her dad?
Right?
Is her dad there?
Her dad came and killed Travis after.
Well,
this
she
movie.
was just there on Thanksgiving like it was no big deal. Like she had no place to be.
Oh, yeah. And it wasn't Thanksgiving yet. It's like the night before Thanksgiving or something.
But when they have Thanksgiving
dinner,
she's
by herself. So
she's
I
like,
don't know.
oh,
her
yeah.
family's, I don't know.
That's why she's like that. She comes from a
Maybe her
broken
mom's
home.
the town tramp.
Now she's the town tramp.
She's taking over family business.
Oh, it's generational. She's a generational hoe. I see.
Maybe that's what
I
it is.
see. I
Gets
see.
passed down.
It's a gene that gets passed down. It's a recessive gene.
Exactly.
Skips a generation. Well, no, I guess it would. Maybe her grandmother was a whore.
So in the morning, the family's all at the breakfast table.
Yes. Everyone's
And-
getting along. It's all nice.
And Zach mentions that Carl never came home last night.
Yeah.
Theo says to check the barn.
Right. He's like, I heard some huffing and puffing in there last night. And she's like, oh, he probably got sick.
And so she goes to bring him a nice big mug of milk for
I
his
thought it was
hangover.
coffee.
It was white.
Oh,
it was a
guess-
big glass pitcher of milk that she brought out to the
That's
barn.
not what I want.
Probably fresh from the cow.
Oh man, she took it off the titty. She brought the mug in.
It was still warm.
She brought it was body temperature.
And she comes in and finds him and Tracy half naked in the
Got
hay.
his gooch out. He's all like spread eagled.
And he's like, Becca, wait, it's not what you
Hold
think.
on. And they're like, ow.
And she goes in the house, the wedding's off. And
Right.
Theo's like, these are the days of our lives.
Right, this motherfucker.
Keep your mouth shut,
Shut
Theo.
the fuck up.
Becca goes up to her room and starts throwing things away.
Right, and he's like, I don't remember what the fuck happened. Like,
Yeah, he comes in to apologize and is like, I don't even remember anything.
Right, and she's like, I never should have brought you. And he's like, why did you bring me? You brought me to shield you from all this shit. You knew Travis was going to do that.
Yep.
So you brought me to hide from Travis and your family.
Have you told anybody the truth? Talk about hypocrite. I don't even want to be your friend.
Oh, shit.
And she gives the ring back. Fine.
Right?
And he's all, looks better on my finger anyway. But like,
It was
fit
off
ring
her
finger.
thumb.
Oh,
it was
on
off her thumb and onto his
middle
index finger.
Oh, it was his index?
That's what I thought.
Oh, I thought he flipped her off. I thought that was the whole like. looks
that's
better
what I
on
thought
me.
too. But I was like, no,
That would
that's
make more
like his-
sense.
Well, that would. Maybe it was, and I just
I don't know.
misunderstood fingers. So maybe I was Maybe I didn't see it. So Tracy heads out. She's got the walk of shame
stumbling
going on.
out to her car. And
she
finds
gets into her
seats
sweet
all,
Trans Am.
Yeah, but her seat's all pushed back
And
far.
who bought her this fucking Trans Am? Was she at the... Where
She got her home money. She be stripping.
Oh, is this a Joey Buttafuoco situation? Oh, a Fuaco?
And Travis rolls up like, why are you here?
Motherfucker,
You know what,
I
motherfucker?
swear to God.
You
swear to
drove
God.
my ass here.
You know why I'm here.
You know why I'm fucking here, but she don't know that yet.
And she's like, I don't know. I woke up in the barn, but I don't remember anything.
You
And he's like,
are so low.
yeah, you fucking
You
prick.
motherfucker. He was like 2 birds, 1 stone. I fixed this whole
Yes, you
situation.
drugged her
You
and
gay face psychopath.
shamed her.
Yes.
Fuck this guy for real.
Oh, fuck him for real. He's like a Guy Woodhouse.
He did not deserve to be in Teen Witch.
No. So Becca goes out
Top
and runs
that.
into Travis.
Top that.
I don't really give a about trying to.
Oh, I don't really give a about him.
And Crawl is in there packing his shit to get.
Yeah,
And Zach comes in all sad. There won't be a wedding.
he's like, if you see a baby fresh nug out there, send her
Send
my
her
way.
You got it. And he
Yeah.
gives him a little cheek squeeze.
Yeah, let me squish those cheeks.
So Becca's out on the rope swing, and Travis is like, we all make mistakes. It's fine.
I told you, like people
told
out
you
there
people
are
are
weird. I
weird.
told you.
And then Tracy's driving home crying and finds the pills she was drugged
first
with.
when she gets in the car,
Well, yeah,
her
I already
seat
said
is-
her
oh,
seat
you
was
did.
back.
I missed
Yeah, yeah.
that part. I'm sorry.
Her
I'm
seat's
sorry.
back because somebody
And
big
now
was driving it.
She finds the pills with what I'm presuming is Theo's name on it.
Theo or Travis, one of the two,
well,
but not hers.
No, they're not
Somebody
hers,
that
just
tells
not-
her who
and
this-
she does like, bah! She like
Flips
whips
that
the
bitch.
shitty.
Whips the shitty. Where did it say that's from? Minnesota or something?
Yeah, because it's meme speaking.
We
Whip
say
a
flip a
shitty.
bitch, but
Flip a bitch, whip a
whipping
shitty. I like whip a
shitties.
shitty.
oh no, but that's donuts. Whipping
Oh,
shitties
that's
was
right.
doing donuts,
She
not
flipped
flipping
a
a
bitch.
U-turn. She flipped a bitch.
She flipped a bitch.
So she sees Crawl with his Hollywood Please sign on the
Yes,
side of the
he's gonna
road and picks him
hitchhike
up
home.
3 days or 2 days or whatever
Okay,
to LA.
all right.
So she's like, we need to talk now. And he gets
Right,
in her
he's
car.
like, I just wish I could remember if it was good.
And she's like, you need to know
Well-
something about last night.
Uh-huh.
So now it is Thanksgiving. They are serving dinner at the Warner home.
In the middle of the day, as is tradition.
You
on
must eat by 2 or
Thanksgiving.
3 p.m. on
Right,
Thanksgiving.
3 o'clock is late for dinner on Thanksgiving.
And Travis makes a toast to Rebecca, the sweetest girl he knows.
And then again,
and proposes for the third time.
Oh my god.
Travis, you fucking suck.
And Crawl shows up. Don't
Whoa.
even think about it, Becca.
Right? And he was like, oh, well, what the fuck are you doing here? You know, whatever. And he's like, well, you guys
Tracy,
got to hear
you
this.
got to hear what she got to say.
And Walter's like, yeah. Like, let him speak. Or
So
whatever.
she
He's all,
shows
Tracy,
the pill bottle.
I found this in my car. And when I got in my car, the seat was too far back. I couldn't even reach the pedals. Someone awfully big had to be behind the wheel.
And Dad's like, hey, Theo, you know anything about this? Oh, could you pass those mashed potatoes?
Hey, give a damn about that mashed potatoes.
You better speak up. Your job depends on it.
Oh, shit.
It was just a joke. Just a prank, bro?
Yeah?
Drugging people
Yeah.
and making them think they slept together to ruin a fucking engagement is just a prank, bro?
Theo.
Come on
They
now.
put so much in there. They could have killed them.
Someone could have
Like,
died.
there
That was a lot of
Yes.
a
fuzz.
lot of sleeping pills.
So I didn't bone her? He didn't bone me.
You didn't bone.
You guys didn't
bone.
bone. And Pappy's mad at Travis.
And here come Pappy. It really tweaks my melon to see a buff bro like Crawl here getting wheezed on by a greasy scumbag.
Yes,
like you. So you should just chill. Like what the fuck?
That was
That
so
was
funny and
heavy-handed.
weird. Yeah.
That was heavy handed.
There's too much.
It was too much.
And Becca's like, get out.
Right. And they're like, oh, you should like, they invite Tracy to stay.
And
like,
Crawl like busting with some karate moves.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, by the way, I also majored in karate
for
at
2
some point.
semesters.
Yeah.
Theo gets fired.
Yes.
And he's like, take him with you. He's like, I don't work for y'all no more. So fuck you.
And Tracy's got nowhere to go on Thanksgiving.
I guess.
So they invite her to dinner.
Okay, we'd be proud to have you.
Zach scoots in all close to her, like,
Well, Walter asks his future son-in-law.
carve up this bird for us.
Right. And he's like,
yeah, Becca starts to tell the truth, and Crawl's like,
he's like, we were never actually sure about the wedding date. So we're going to chill and see what happens, and whatever. And everyone's like, "Oh, cool."
And Dad's like, "Let's chow down and munch on some grindage."
It's like, oh my god, you guys.
Yeah, cock crows. Shut up. We got the point. Right. Family photo.
Yeah, the everybody say cheesy.
So yeah, that's the end of the movie. So when I tweeted,
so they totally broke up, right?
They have to have. Right?
They did not stay together, did they? I mean, they were friends, I'm sure.
They ended up sleeping together. Of course. They dated for a few months.
Of course. And then after they fucked, it was like, oh, no.
You know what? I love you, but not like that.
Like, let's just be buddies.
So yeah, when I tweeted that it was the 30th anniversary of this movie, 10,000 people saw this tweet, and over 300 people liked it. A bunch of people commented like, "Where's the sequel?" I'm sorry, if you really think that Kral and Becca got married and lived happily ever after.
Tell me what that story was like.
I really don't think so.
You know what? If we could have a Beetlejuice 2, we could have this happen, and they had kids, they got divorced, and something happened. It's like a Mrs. Doubtfire situation.
I really don't think they would have dated for more than 6 to 12 months.
Oh, no. I'm sure they hung out still. Like, they went back to school. Like, things were cool. They still hung out, but I don't know.
So... We've got a couple of voicemails.
Oh, God. That's
waiting.
Right. That's right.
Don't forget, if you want to leave us a voicemail, 702-720-DOOM.
We've been shamed again. We fucked up again. That's what we did.
We'll see how clear these messages are. But yeah, we have made someone's shit list again. So let's see.
We were erroneous.
If I can get these to play. Let's go.
My name is Giuseppe. I call from the Italian-American Anti-Defamation League. I feel you committed the racism on the Italian people. I call it the Doom generation. And I want my mama, she come over here. Mussolini, he's killing people. He says, well, we can't have spaghetti pizza pie. And we come to America. And I listen to the Doom generation. And... my brother, he's a Swedish plumber, and he wants people's pipes fixed, and I just want no racism. I don't understand why you have the racism.
So this was in reference to the Big Top Pee-wee episode where we
might
have been a little heavy on the pickle poop.
A little bit of the pickle poop.
And there's a few of these. So.
They were really mad at us this time. We really fucked up.
Every time you make a fun of Italians, Jesus Christ. You do these terrible things. You make a Jesus cry. It's me, it's Giuseppe Aircraft. I'm from the Italian Anti-Defamation League of the United States of America. That's also part of the Italian of America organization. You make a Jesus cry, and I don't understand why you do it to my generation. Mamma mia. But at the same time, I also wanted to offer, we have a, hold on a second, my Puerto Rican friend is in the background.
Oh no, I closed it. Hold on.
No.
There's more. But wait.
There's so much more. They were really fucking mad at us.
Oh no, wait. There was this one that was really short. Hold on. I don't know. This is the one about soup.
Fresh soup. Hot cheese soup. Fresh soup. Hot cheese soup.
Cheese soup? You better produce it.
That's all that one was.
You better produce it.
And then we have one. Oh, here's this one. Call on behalf of the... Oh no, this was again from the Irish defamation? No.
Oh, wait.
Is this one?
Is
Hold
it?
on.
Hi, I just wanted to call on behalf of the Irish listeners to let the audience know that the Italians are terrible people. The ones from Italy, they're fine. But the Italians from America, they're the worst. They're awful. They're terrible people. Don't let anyone fool you. Good fellas. It's fine. It's not even that good of a movie. Casino, it's not even that. It's fucking no Cape Fear. For God's sake. Oh, God. Italians are terrible.
Why would Columbo say such things?
I don't know why Columbo would say such things. And
did he not get to Barney's Beanery this week?
Maybe he didn't get his chili.
We need to go there.
And now we have a celebrity voicemail.
Oh, shit.
Get ready for this.
Yes, hello, this is Kathleen Turner. I just wanted to say, go Doom Generation.
Thank you, Ms. Turner.
Thank you, Miss Turner. You must have heard us reference you on our Dick Tracy episode last week.
You dainty flower.
So thank you for calling in.
Thank you for calling in.
So if you want your voicemail, real or fake, featured.
Those were real.
I'm just saying it doesn't have to be real. Okay. You could also make something up if you don't want to be totally genuine like those clearly were.
So that was clearly Kathleen Turner.
It was clearly Kathleen
obviously. Turner. I know that voice anywhere.
So call us at 702-720-3666.
You should do that.
Email doomgenerationpodcast@gmail.com. Support this show at patreon.com/doomgeneration.
If you'd like.
If you do social media, follow us on Instagram at Doom Generation Pod for our movie photo edits.
That's the place to be.
And until next week.
Talk to you next time.
Later, Doomers.